Living in a van, sometimes I think when I go to bed at night, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, and then I wake up and I'm surrounded by something completely unexpected, and this week it happened twice. Alright guys, curiosity is killing me, we gotta go see what's going on. In between visiting some Kentucky icons, I found myself having a few spontaneous adventures, including waking up in the middle of one of Kentucky's largest festivals, and it reminded me how much I love that living in a van really pushes me out of my comfort zone.
What on earth is going on right now? Is there a festival happening at Walmart? It is 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have slept at hundreds of Walmarts across the country in the last 5 years, but this is definitely a first for me. I literally don't know where to walk. There were so many Walmart employees. I don't even know what to say. There was food trucks, biker gangs, and lots of American flags. I don't really know what's going on here, but my guess is some kind of employee recognition or honorary ceremony. Well, alright, that was a quite unexpectedly weird and wonderful way to start the day, but now we're off to pay our respects to some of the greatest heroes of the great state of Kentucky, whose lives inspired many. And you may be thinking of Muhammad Ali, Abraham Lincoln, Jennifer Lawrence, but we're thinking bigger. One of them has their final resting place here in the Kentucky Fun Mall, where tourists have come from all around, even internationally, to take photos with their body years after they passed. Now that may sound morbid, but the way this kind soul passed is even more heartbreaking. 75 pounds of cocaine at once consumed. And while his legacy has been slandered by the media in recent years, saying that this cutie went on a killing rampage while high on that cocaine. Is that how you say that? Do you get high from cocaine? I literally have no idea how drugs work. Anyway, he didn't kill anyone. Instead, he unfortunately overdosed, and someone found him surrounded by 40 unopened plastic containers of cocaine. Here in the Kentucky Fun Mall, they even sell cocaine-scented candles, and my first thought was that it didn't smell like cocaine, more like those scented highlighters from middle school, but then I realized I don't know why I think I have a reference point for what cocaine smells like. Yeah. Anyway, meet Cocaine Bear. The true story is that a drug smuggler dropped cocaine from his plane because the plane's load was too heavy, and then jumped from the airplane to go with it, but he had a faulty chute and died. And a 175-pound black bear would go on to find the cocaine and consume it all, leading to its death, where it was found surrounded by the 40 opened plastic containers of cocaine. The real bear is now here in the Kentucky Fun Mall on display, and the movie Cocaine Bear, inspired by the story, was released in February of 2023. So we are here to remember Cocaine Bear in his truest light, just a cuddly fellow who probably thought it was just like donut powder or something. Also, apparently, Cocaine Bear can marry you and your partner if you're, I don't know, interested in that kind of thing. On my first road trip across America, I bought a different keychain at every national park, every cool place that I went, and then it just kind of added up money-wise. So I started just kind of collecting receipts and like weird, trying to make it like free kind of stuff. But postcards are also a really good one that I think are cheap and don't add up too quickly. Honestly, more than national parks, what I like having up here is just weird things that when people see them, they're like, I'm sorry, what? Where did you go? Like, just have really great stories behind them. And I feel like Cocaine Bear is top of that list. I mean, how freaking cute is he? So we're gonna put him up there right now. Like completely out of space on this side. Cocaine Bear has his place of honor now. All right, let's go. I have personally never donated plasma, but I've seen it on a lot of different van life pages, people talking about using that as a route to be able to make money while living on the road. That would definitely be an interesting option. Ready to go. And it's the fact that I'm heading out west, so these prices are only gonna get worse, that really does hurt me emotionally. Alright, so that was definitely an interesting first stop, a bit of a joke, so please don't try to roast me in the comments, but there is one man you simply cannot enter Kentucky and not honor. Honestly, when I think of Kentucky, I think of this man. A person who has contributed one of the most tasty inventions of our country and a true icon of Kentucky. A 7th grade dropout, an Army veteran, fired from multiple jobs, this man went from venture to venture after that, from failed business to failed business idea he went after, but wouldn't give up, and when he did start selling chicken dishes in a service center, as he was beginning, he actually got in a deadly shootout with competition. Then, when he finally bought a restaurant, it burned down to the ground. And not long after that, when he rebuilt it, World War II led him to needing to close it down again. After the war, he tried to franchise his business and was denied 1,009 times. Imagine the courage to fail at something 1,000 times and still keep going, but it was only after all of that that his secret recipe became the iconic Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders eventually began opening franchises and spreading across the country. At 90 years old, he would pass from pneumonia, and when he passed, there were 6,000 KFCs in 48 countries. He held no fear to failure. He refused to take no for an answer, and that's why we know and love Colonel Sanders today. I think this is all just something to think about next time when you feel like throwing out something you're working on that you believe is gold. So today I'm visiting Colonel Sanders' grave, or at least I'm trying to. I thought I was walking in the right directions, but 45 minutes later I had to ask for help and get back in my car and drive in the complete opposite direction. But it's tradition to bring ketchup packets for his grave and eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken at his grave with him, so that is exactly what I did. And while I'm here, I think we should talk a bit about failure. Something, honestly, I'm not often that nice to myself about. Did you know Walt Disney was fired from Kansas City Star because his editor felt he lacked imagination and had no good ideas? And when he formed his first animation company, he was forced to shut it down because he couldn't pay rent. Or how about J.K. Rowling, who was rejected 12 times by major publishers for Harry Potter, at a time when she was a single mom living off welfare? Rejection is just a part of success, just stepping stones. I don't think we should think of these failures as failures, but just a part of the process. I mean, Michael Jordan played how many seasons of basketball, but didn't win all of them. Would you say the seasons that he didn't win were a failure? No, I think it's important to give ourselves the same kindness we give to the people we admire. So cheers to failing 1,009 times.
So good.
Also, do you know what else about Colonel Sanders? He was 62 at the time he was pitching his chicken recipe, and he was doing it with a $105 Social Security check. There is no such thing as too late to start a new venture. I mean, Vera Wang was 40 when she designed her first dress. I think sadly people become more self-conscious about when they're older, about trying new things and failing, and they think it's embarrassing, but I think that's tragic because failure is what leads us to our greatest successes. I just feel inspired to keep pushing even when I feel like I'm at 1,009, even when I don't know if I'm at 1,009, even when I'm at 500. I just really would love to make something that someone looks back on and says, I am so glad that they made that because, you know, my life wouldn't be the same without it. I took a Louisville Slugger to both headlights. Maybe next time I'll pay for his cheese. I really wish I had something super interesting and cool to say about this place, but I think I literally just went because I like the Carrie Underwood song. But I literally have nothing. Sometimes you just go places and then you're like, wow, it's a bat, and another bat, and another one. Look at that. So. At the end of your tour, they give you this adorable little bat, and it is so precious, don't get me wrong. But I live in a van. I don't have space for, now I have 2 baseball bats. I have never played baseball in my life. All right, I think it's time to find a place to sleep for the night. This spot I found on iOverlander, the app, and it took me about 5 minutes to find it, not too hard, but we'll see if when I get there if it'll be a good spot or not. Fingers crossed. Honestly, looking back on this video, there were some signs that things were not normal or right, but it's kind of hard to tell when you're in a new city you've never been to before. But I actually thought there was a kids' baseball game for a team called the Thunderbirds, but in the morning I would discover I was very wrong. And I know I've said it before on vlogs, but this may seem like the part of the night where I'm going to get out a candle or go walk by the marina or something nice and van life romantic-y, but I'm gonna do my job. I have a regular job-ish, kind of. Not really. I'm a social media manager, so I do have a lot of leeway, and it's really amazing. And I'm at a marina, so I might be able to take my work down to the water. Sometimes I just rather would just work in the van and just focus and get the work done. That way, like, I can go out and enjoy the marina on its own. I don't know. I get that it would look pretty, but like I'm not focusing. I can't look at the water and look at my work at the same time, so We're being realistic here. All right, no more procrastinating. Let's go get some work done. If you're new here, I'm a social media manager for Project Van Life. I get to encourage people to use the Van Life Academy course that they have to help them go step by step through the van life, building process. And so I'm really passionate about what I do. So, well, yes, I am, going to turn in for the night and do a few hours of work. I am excited to do that work because I love what I do.
With my feelings on fire, I guess I'm a bad liar.
You know those jokes where people wake up in the middle of a lake on a floating mattress, just completely shocked by their new surroundings? Well, sometimes waking up in a van can kind of feel a little like that. It's rare that it happens, but it's happened 2 days in a row this week, and waking up in a van for me, at least some mornings, can kind of freak out my brain. Every once in a while, there's a day where I sit for like 2 minutes just straight racking my head trying to remember where I am, and I know I can just look out the skylight, but it's strange regardless, waking up having no clue where you are, even just for a few moments. It always wears off quick, and it's just an odd emotion to have this often. But boring is the last thing I would call this lifestyle, and I like that every morning I truly have no idea what the day will hold, and today was no exception. And it may have taken me a few hours to realize it, but as I slept in my bed, one of Kentucky's biggest festivals was being set up and going on all around me outside of my own home. Alright guys, curiosity is killing me. We gotta go see what's going on.
Better time to play a song called Feeling Lucky, yo. Well, I was born and raised where the rivers flow in the big green city where the bluegrass grows and the music's turned up when the sun goes down. I was an East End kid with dreams in his heart, wandering and going anywhere I saw. So I packed a bag and heading out of the city. Just as I got right outside of town, Daddy called and said, son, turn around, and come on back to Louisville, Kentucky. Drink a glass of bourbon and you might get lucky. See if the night's gonna be on your float down the river. Yeah, so proud to call this my hometown.
This whole thing is honestly hilarious to me, but I'm gonna sit here for a while and get some work done. There's fireworks at 9:30, which I'm so excited about because I am such a type A person who plans everything and has like structure and doesn't it's hard for me to be spontaneous, and so van life really forces me to just go with the flow and find surprising things every single day. And today the universe gave me fireworks. I'm gonna get some work done. There's a few hours left, but it's nice that I don't have to go just sit there because I'm waiting for parking. I can sit in my van and get work done, and then when it's 9:15 I'll go and watch the fireworks. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. I'm wearing 4 hoodies right now.
Patron saint of the season, yeah, you were built for mid-July.
in the show, I began to see people standing up and rushing out, and the fireworks stalled for about 45 seconds, and even though the show wasn't even halfway over, half the crowd disappeared, all trying to beat traffic, get home, get back to everyday life, and it was just a reminder of how easy it is to just rush from thing to thing, and how van life truly allows me and taught me just how to enjoy every moment as it is. And that's what I was thinking about as I watched all the traffic take hours to fade away, and before some people even got out of the parking lot, I was already in bed, ready to go to sleep for the night.